Hey, everyone. Dr. Kennard here with, I'm going to try to get the name properly, Fortwenicus Atheists. And of course, Dr. Tom Foolery, Kennardology adjunct. Good morning, gentlemen. Or good evening for you. Is it early morning for you, Fortwenicus?
No, 11:30.
11:30. All right.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, so how are you guys doing today?
You go, Grant.
I like your
How are you, Grant?
Life,
life
life happens.
until it doesn't, and then it's like retirement, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. What's up, Black Female Atheist? Good to see you here. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. It's cold outside. I've heard. Um, Bike riding, not drinking again for I don't know how long. That's my vow. I know I'm going to start doing Weight Watchers again. That's how I lost the 20 pounds I just regained over the last year and a half. Doing Weight Watchers once I get back to Boston. I don't do
So
the
you
in-person. Yes,
didn't mind that food?
I didn't mind the food.
Hmm.
Well, it was. I like the food. That's my problem, and I'm also. I think this is how I act out. I think I act out with food. That's my main acting out mechanism right now.
Um. Yeah. No. Sorry. I meant, do you like that? Um. What was the name of it?
Oh, the Weight Watchers.
The Weight Watchers.
Well,
Yeah.
the Weight Watchers, what it does is that it's the point system, and
Um.
it's a point system, and I was able to drop 20 pounds last time. There's no food; you make your own food and everything. Maybe they have meals you can buy. Hi, Kendra. But for me, I just use the app, which it costs money to get the app, but I'm willing to do that because I got to drop the weight, guys. I got to just like, and
Okay.
yeah,
So it's not like Jenny Craig where they bring you these nasty
no,
meals in a
no.
box.
I can make my own nasty food. Thank you very much. uh,
Mm.
yeah, so the Weight Watchers, from what I've talked to other skeptics about this, and I believe Weight Watchers is, and this is from what I recall, that one of the few systems that is actually works, that actually has results. So that was one of the first reasons why I decided to do it. Like I said, about 2 years ago.
Mm.
Okay. And I guess it's like anything, you've got to stick to it, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the most important part of a diet, sticking to it.
That's right. That's right. And Fortunicus, Atheists. Just wow. Glad to see that you're back with us. you
How
dropped
long was I gone?
you dropped up for like a quarter of a second, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So
Because I thought, who the hell was I just talking to if it wasn't you guys?
you suddenly it was just Dr. Tom Fuller and myself for like a quarter of a second, and then you
Mm.
reappeared magically.
I thought we swapped positions.
We did swap positions, yeah. Chris Mary goes, I've never done diets. It's worse for your body to go up and down. Well, in my defense, um, well, yes, there's no defense here.
Mm.
Actually, there's no defense in my case. There's no apologetics properly. That
Yeah, dieting is good if you stay at your target weight instead of going back, because
yeah, yeah,
And I don't know how true it is, but it sounds true. There's an age that you reach that the body set that you are around that age, be it puberty or I'm not sure,
mm,
um, but some transitional stage, whatever body mass you are, you'll always revert back to that. So you'll
yes.
struggle. Yeah.
Well, that's what it is, dude. Supposedly your body shape and type, whatever it was before puberty, is what you. And I was always a paunchy kid before I hit puberty. Having you know no muscle mass whatsoever, and so I think that's part of it. Is that even though I'm fairly, I'm always moving around due to anxiety or whatnot. I'm always fidgeting. I'm always going out for walks and being active. My body just likes being fat. I'd be the fattest kid in fucking Auschwitz, to tell you the truth. I have a whole bit about it. Um, and yeah, that would be me. People would hate me. It's like, what are you doing? It's like my body just likes being fat. That's what. Not like overly fat, but I'm able. As my mom told me, the nicest thing my adopted mom told me was that I hide my fat well. It's like, thanks. That was sweet.
Andy, you're a man after my own heart. Spent my
Oh yeah,
whole life, people say, "You're not fat. You're not fat."
right.
I'm fucking fat. Just
Don't
admit it.
listen. Don't make me take off my shirt. Because then that's when the shit's gonna get real. Let me tell you
Yeah,
that.
because
Then you'll be
then
like,
you asked for it.
yeah, then exactly. You will have to
Pasty
pay for your own
white.
therapy bills, not me. If I take off my shirt, be warned about that.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
I
man.
have a. It's like I'm not fat. Well, I have a pasty white set of wobbly man boobs that want to beg differently. Sorry.
Right, right, right. What's the joke about transitioning? You want me to talk about my? Okay, so I have this joke, and it was pretty good too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell it well, and I probably told it before. And the joke goes like this: is that I was at the beach the other day, and these two young women came up and said how brave I am, how brave I am, and then I had to tell them that I'm not trans, and
Uh, I
that's
like it.
that's my one joke regarding that particular topic. So
I like it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
I can usually see what's coming, but I couldn't that time.
Well, the thing is, the girlfriend and I were talking about this last night as we were drinking. This is one part of the conversation I recall, is that the true life stories, right? The real life stories, they're so odd and idiosyncratic. Typically, those are the better jokes because you don't see it coming. Like the carefully crafted jokes, you basically know the beats, right? The bump, a bump, and then the twist at the very end. So you can kind of predict how the joke's going to go. But the jokes from real life, those are the ones that hit harder, and far less predictable, I think.
Hmm. And the comedian's ability to make it as though it happened to him.
Yes.
When you find yourself thinking, is this something that happened to them? And then it gets to the punchline, and clearly not something that's real, but
Right. Right.
they've
Right.
told it well that the whole way you're like, yeah, yeah.
Right. Right. Very. Yeah. Well, you have to make it believable, right?
Mm.
You have to make it believable. And a lot of my jokes are autobiographical. Every guy, every comedian, man or woman, a small furry animal from Elvis and Yuri. They the best humor is from their own personal lives or resonates with them somehow.
Well, real life is you can't make that shit up.
You can't.
You really can't, can you?
Yeah.
No, no. It's yeah. It's just weird. A lot of weird stuff that goes on. Jesse Beer said, "I have a thyroid condition. Thankfully, I'm still lean. But I still have to be careful not to get heavy because my doctor says it'll be hell to live." Well, that sucks, Jesse Bear. Yeah. Crypto Mary says I was getting chubby during the pandemic. Yeah, this is pandemic weight, I think, primarily pandemic weight. And also, to tell you the truth, being a vegetarian has not helped. Um, you can still, eat fries. And I was eating, last time when I lost the weight, I was eating a lot of just chicken breasts, which but now that's off the table. So I have to figure out how to do this whole vegetarian Weight Watchers thing. Yeah,
So
so this is yeah.
so you're telling me that double coated deep fried vegetables aren't healthy for you?
No, no, we ordered this basket of fries last night, right? And it had some kind of like peanut butter sauce on it, which actually is better than you would think. All right, with the sautéed mushrooms and crap, and totally vegetarian, cruelty free, except except to me. Except to my mom. So Deep Park said I've lost 20 pounds in the last 3 months just by cutting out soda, huh? You know, Deep, it's interesting because I only drink Coke Zero, Pepsi Zero. I think I'll have like, I think I had a regular diet soda yesterday. And yeah, yeah, yeah. I cut out sugar in my coffee and that, but fat will find a way for me. It will find its way home.
Mm,
uh,
it's,
Well, that's right, John. Because John, you put on some weight during the pandemic too. Be down to 175 for the first of the year. You're up at 220, huh? Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
see, I'm in a bad way, Andy.
Yeah.
So if my doctor was like, "You got to get the sugar out of your coffee," I'd be like, "Which do I want more, the coffee or the sugar?" Okay, I might cut the coffee out because I need my sugar.
Oh, see, for me, it's yeah. If I didn't have coffee, I tried. I tried going without coffee for a month years ago, and I started thinking like an addict. That's how it was. I started thinking, wow, I really like me with caffeine. People find me funnier when I'm on caffeine. I just feel better about myself with caffeine. Typical addict thinking. And I said, fuck it. Why am I giving this up for?
So if if I'm at the point where I cannot function, literally, like my partner has to bring me a coffee in bed if she wants me to function. Does that mean I'm past addict and onto like junkie level?
I was thinking about this, Sammy. I was thinking, now have we talked about the possibility of you having sleep apnea? Because I mean, do you have sleep apnea? Is this
I
a
not diagnosed.
yeah, Dave? Do you
Hey,
snore?
Dave.
I don't know what it is, but if the sun's up, I can sleep like a baby.
Oh, what's going on here?
Dave.
Hmm.
There
Simply
we are.
watching Simply Secular Dave push buttons.
Yeah.
Better than me, pushing buttons, the wrong buttons.
I learned from the best. I learned from Andy.
That's right. Well, this is the absolute worst person to learn from.
Do you have the same producer?
Yeah, he has the same producer. That's right.
Actually, we do. Yeah. Coffee. Cheers.
Mm.
Good morning. Put some sugar in your coffee and let's get going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no coffee. I don't drink it.
The satanic atheist. Veganism is the future. I will say this: I am happy with being a vegetarian, and if I slip into veganism at some point, I won't be. I know there are different levels of veganism, which I don't really understand.
Yeah.
As a lover of meat,
Hmm.
I have to say I truly, truly long for the day that the world is vegan, the whole world.
Ah,
I hope I'm not here because I like my meat. But as soon as
right.
I'm dead, I think the world should definitely. There's nothing good to be gained from it in this modern age. Yes, we needed cooked meats and things to, evolve to where we are, but we're here now. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
is that because you're not into harvesting animals, or is that because? Yeah. Okay.
it, I'm not convinced on the. I, I know they do a lot of environmental damage as far as land clearing and all the stuff we do to have them. I'm not totally convinced on the CO2 side of things, but I don't want to hurt animals. So
Yeah.
Right. You never got to this. You never got to those other questions because the question of harm or I don't want to call it harm. What do you call it? Torture. Like the idea of harvesting animals in that way was not aligning with what you were looking at anyway. So there was no need to dig deeper into the other. There was already a good reason to stop eating meat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel guilty every time I eat, basically.
I work with a guy, and we had this conversation the other day. And I told him I grew up in a meat and potatoes family, very Irish traditionally in the way that food was prepared, Irish Canadian traditionally, right? But he told me he's never tasted meat. He has been vegetarian his entire life. The only thing he eats is eggs because they're in everything. And if you try to cut out eggs, you reduce your diet to such an extreme that you end up on vitamins and supplements and other stuff to keep your body healthy. But he is a very healthy individual.
Yeah.
He's young, strong. He's got his shit together. He's a smart guy. He grew up in a vegetarian household and he's never tasted a steak. He's never tasted barbecued chicken. He's never tasted bacon.
Dave, are you just here to torture me? Is that what this is? Like shit on Andy? Go ahead. Say some more about delicious animals, Dave. Go ahead. Now you're going to tell me about your healthcare system too, right?
Andy, have you ever tried hamster? Because I'm just saying. Like,
There you go.
If rats were tasty, we wouldn't have this problem.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad boiled many a rabbit in our kitchen, and damn, they stink.
Some people advocate for eating bugs.
Yeah.
Like crickets and various other things.
Can you imagine if the human race had actually got on board with the whole, like, if we had seen animals like bears, like monkeys, like, other animals eating insects and realized these insects propagate at such a wildly catastrophic planet covering level that we could eat them forever and get most of our nutrients from them and the plants around them and never have an issue. If we never started farming cows, if nobody ever ate a cow, they thought, wow, that thing's huge. Who's going to eat one of those in one meal? Forget about it. I'll go eat 700 ants, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can Google this if you want to find out a bit more about it, but they are looking at what they call cockroach milk. But essentially it's not a milk, it's a protein. But I guess you think of it as a milk because it comes from a cockroach, one of the few cockroaches that actually parents its young. And these young rub membranes and this protein seeps out. Well, I think they're trying to synthesize it because, liter for liter or meal for meal or whatever, the protein and the nutritional value in it is just through the roof. And it could eradicate the need for dairy milk, and it could be used as a nutritional supplement and all these.
Sam, you seem to be very milk. You have a lot of milk knowledge about men's lactation, and now we're talking about cockroach milk. I had to Google that just to make sure, because once again, I thought Sam might just be bullshitting me, but no, you're spot on with cockroach milk.
And I actually won a trivia game the other night held by Almost a Doctor, Matt. It was against Jen's Little Corner and lots of other smart people were in there, and I won, which blew my mind. So I'm obviously full of lots of useless information.
Was there a milk category you just crushed? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Random category.
I'll take dairy for 1,000.
Right.
No,
So
I,
it's not
I
just
may be,
milk fat.
I may be wrong, but if I think somebody mentioned crickets. Jesse Bear
Mm.
mentioned crickets, and I heard that crickets are the most nutritious of all of the insects, and they're also one of the most plentiful, and they're easy to breed in captivity. So that may be the way we're heading in the future, especially on space flights, right?
Mm.
Cricket and worm flowers.
Yeah.
You've had cricket? Well, in Thailand, girlfriend's had cricket before. In Mexico, no, all right.
I
Yeah.
think I had a chocolate ant and a chocolate cricket once. Just yeah.
As far as as far as I'm concerned, if it's processed enough, whatever.
I was going to say the same thing. You grind it into flour. I don't care what you give me.
Yeah.
But
So
it would just
cricket
about
nuggets
have
are
to
on the
be
menu. Hey, Sammy, so
cricket
cricket.
flour. Cricket flour. Bake me a nice bread or something. I'd eat that.
Yes.
But don't you dare tell me what is in it,
Why?
because that's such a massive part of it for me.
It's
Psychology.
visceral
Mm.
for you, is it?
One of the biggest things, it was only a couple of years ago, was, and I love chicken, still do to this day, but the first time that I viewed a cooked chicken as the carcass of an animal sitting on my kitchen table, and it was this surreal moment of like, get this dead thing out of my house. What are we doing? Um, it was a very odd moment.
I've seen people have the same reaction to a pig roast when they actually
Mm.
see the entire pig roasted and they're like, oh, I can't eat that. It's like, well, wait a minute. You've been eating bacon for 35 years and this is what tipped you over the edge?
Yeah. Krista Maria points out that most gluten-free flours are awful to bake with. Yeah. Yeah. Everything tastes like a cracker. That's what I've discovered with gluten-free.
I like crackers.
But not for everything, Dave. Not for everything, I don't think.
Well, you know what they're doing nowadays? Actually, I don't even. I just think it's not even.
It's inappropriate for this commentary.
Yeah, you know, Dave. But I think you've seen the Ricky Gervais show, Life After Death,
Oh, yeah.
and it's what one particular woman. She not only uses her breast milk to create her cakes and things, but if you think about other ingredients used with baking,
Yeast?
mm,
I've always wondered if milk is so good for us, how come
he puts his coffee down.
if milk is so good for us, how come there isn't a source of human milk? Why are we drinking animal milk? And that there is that whole idea of we don't want women becoming hue cows, as they call it, in farms. But if someone was expressing, I guess they call it, milk, and they wanted to sell it as a nutritional product to somebody, it's heavily restricted in the marketplace. And I think that's from the dairy lobby, that they don't want anybody else getting in with goat's milk or human milk or any other milk. I think that's a political thing. I could be wrong, but
Dairy lobby also tries to prevent people from calling stuff almond milk because they say that's not milk at all. You can't call it that. They lobby heavily for that stuff.
yeah.
You're probably right, Dave. It's probably the milk lobbies, but I hope that it's because someone got the image that I just got of big dairy sheds full of women on all fours with machines attached up to them, like sweatshops.
That was in a movie, right? It was in one of the Mad Max movies, wasn't it?
Oh, I haven't.
Say that again, Dave. What was?
Probably.
Hang on, I'll see if I can get a picture.
Yeah, in the Fury Road, there was a portion like that, I believe.
John Hudson.
Fury Road. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I haven't seen that. Supposedly, it's a great movie. I have not seen that.
Here's the. Oh my God! You can't show this.
I can't show it. All right.
Sorry. Yeah. That's just in really poor taste.
Jesse Bear says, I breastfed all my tiny humans and worked helping mothers breastfeed. It's made for babies with brain growth and not adults. Yeah, I can see that.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. You got to wonder if very, very advanced knowledge aliens ever came to this planet. I'm pretty sure the first thing they would say is, okay, no more smoking and no more milk. Cut it out. You people are...
Well, yeah. I'm sure that my fixation... I do like milk, I have to tell you. I like cereal. I like milk. Yeah. I'm guilty as charged with that.
Honey Nut Cheerios, baby, all the way.
Oh, we were at a granitarium the other day, which is just basically it was a tour of a granite pit.
Oh,
a quarry. That's the right word, girlfriend. And and then that got us onto talking about Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. Beautiful stone, crossing over there. Completely tangential, but yeah, I love chocolate milk in my bong. Really, John Hudson.
Weird. That would be like mocha weed vape.
That is so expected from you, John.
I've seen a documentary of guys buying black market breast milk for weightlifting.
I saw that too. I think it might have been on the Stephen Colbert.
Oh wow!
But it was actually they picked it up from a news source, probably Fox News. Who knows? But they were doing this thing. Yeah, there was weightlifters who, because of the fat content, the carb content, and the proteins, enzymes, whatever that's in it, it helps to build muscle mass. And they were actually buying it off Craigslist or one of those things. Yeah.
Wow.
Somewhere out there, at least one, because all it takes is for continuation of the sucking motion, and the breast can, like dairy cows, the woman can produce milk indefinitely.
Yeah.
There are partnerships out there.
Yes.
There are not just adult.
We all need to acknowledge that for a moment before we move on.
There are adult relationships like that, but there are also relationships like that where women will produce for women who have had breast cancer, who have had accidents, who have had something else, who are supporting the community in a good, healthy way. So you can't group them all together, but it's a natural thing. Like, we got to get over that whole stigma of breastfeeding babies.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's stupid. And whatever floats your boat, whatever your kink is, let's just get out of the way and let people have fun. As long as it's consensual and nobody's getting hurt, have at her. We got a lot of hang-ups as a society that we really don't need to bother with.
We really need to I don't want to diminish, because I love every part of the human body, but we need to desexualize breasts a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well,
women should be able to expose a boob and not have slack-jawed mouth breathers slobbering, and that's why it will never happen.
Yeah. All right, everyone. I'm going to have to close. This is a good place to stop, actually.
Sorry, Andy.
Reiterating the policy here is, if you're a Christian, Muslim, a person of faith, and if you want to participate in talking about milk, then that's fine, but you're not going to derail the conversation. while talking about your imaginary sky fairy. That's the basic rule. That's the basic fucking rule. And
good luck derailing something that's not even close to being on the rails.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're trying to derail a helicopter, you idiot.
Everyone, tomorrow 9 a.m. regular show, 9:30 the show.
Say hi to the girlfriend for us.
I will do so. Yes, I will say hello.
Hi,
They
girlfriend.
say hello, girlfriend. They say hello. She says hello back. Take care, everyone. Oh no, I hit the wrong button again. Let's see if I can do this right.